All right, and it looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream of Crystallize. Today, I'm joined by Mr. Board. It's one-on-one today. And we'll be discussing about how to implement gift cards and vouchers with Crystallize. As it's a topic that we have been getting asked to discuss, right, Mr. Board?
That's true. And also we will do it the Crystallize way, which is focusing on the craftsmanship of the tailor-made experience. There are several ways of achieving this, but we'll look at one and discuss a couple of options to extend it.
Yes, and basically, like we're going to be again discussing a few scenarios and also dive through how and what you can change essentially to make it fit to what your business ideas will be looking like. Great. So, Mr. Board, maybe you want to share a little bit of what we've done. And here, I'd like to say that the code is available for everyone, of course, to view. It is we're using the Next.js boilerplate, as you're probably familiar by now. And essentially, you can just view the code, use it. It's in a separate branch, which is called Vouchers. And you can also view what we're going to be doing today in the vouchers.superfast.shop. I will have that in the chat right now. Add it there. So you can just browse it and see what we're going to be doing. And of course, access it after the live stream as well. So yeah, Mr. Board, please go ahead. Let me stop sharing screen so that you can show us a little bit of what we've done.
Yeah, so I'm now showing the voucher.superfast.shop, which is a live instance, as you said, which has this enhancement that we're talking about. So this is the standard, furniture demo shop that we use, where you have some chairs and they have some prices, and I'm able to add them to the basket. But around these times, it's a lot of people are looking for special deals, and it's Black Friday tomorrow, so that's kind of a good timing. And
of course, you can technically implement that in a day or so. So yeah, if you're good enough.
And what we did, and when I say we, I mean Stavros. He added a small logic to the checkout process, where you basically will be able to add a voucher, and I have a voucher called, you guessed it, Black Friday.
Nice.
And when I add this, you see that you get this product minus 20 euros, which is what we decided to give in this example. And you see enjoy off price. So it's you're not able to add more vouchers in this example. Of course, your case might have a different setup. So that's what we will get back to, how you can tweak and tune this for your business. But basically now I have this basket, which has the green chair, which is designed by Mr. Eddy. Beautiful industrial design there. And you have the gift card, minus 20. And I'm then able to complete the checkout. I'll just choose Stripe. And here you have the demo card for Stripe, which is 42. And I'll just do a round trip example here so that you see that the order goes through and you have the actual discount of this gift card applied, minus 20, and then I don't pay $4.99, I pay $4.79 here. So that's a pretty good deal for this virtual chair that doesn't exist in real life, right? So this is the simplest round trip in terms of being able to apply a voucher or gift card to your checkout. What I'll also show is if I'm trying to buy here, let's do the black version of the chair, and I'm going to add the voucher, Black Friday. Doesn't work because the code has been used before. So in this example, we used the same code but with the quantity of 1. So you could have other examples, and typically for Black Friday, you want to allow everybody that knows the secret code that you have on your big banner on all your advertisements. That's typically how it is. So you might not necessarily want to use the quantities, but if you use it as a gift card, or in a scenario where you just want to sell one of it, that's the example we did here. But maybe you can show how maybe the product structure is for this in Crystallize. So if you share your screen, I'll stop sharing mine.
Yep. Sure thing. Give me 1 sec. So let's do this. All right. Am I sharing?
Yep.
Great. Awesome. So what we try to do for this example furniture shop and this example voucher checkout logic is basically try to keep it as simple as possible. And here we will discuss how you can extend it, right? So just to make it as simple as possible, what I did is create a folder with all my vouchers. It could be gift cards, it could be whatever, really. And if you go in here, then you got your Black Friday product here, essentially.
And notice already here that we added the voucher, in this case, as a product. So it's not something else, something special. It's a straight up product that we use.
So, and the reason being that you can also track the stock if you need, to allow only one, like we're doing here, and etc. So now Mr. Board has used that. So let me just refresh real fast. So yeah, this should be 0. Go ahead, Mr. Board. Sorry.
No, in terms of the stock, is like a lot of the guys that are doing discounted sales is also to say the first 10 will get 20% off, or get
exactly
20 euros off.
So yeah, get it now, or that's true. So basically the stock count is here 0, as you can see, and we didn't go and add too many things here. Just a standard price, and essentially pretty much nothing else. So as you can see, the shape of that product is what's one password doing? Great. So essentially what we're getting here is a plain product, nothing super special. One of the prices is filled, the others are null, non-existent. And pretty much you can enhance that later on, and we can do that, right? So if it's like a gift card, you might want to add something like a someone purchased it. So I'm purchasing a gift card and give it to Mr. Board, so I can have a from and to field relationship with a message like, here is your gift card, Mr. Board, for Black Friday, etc. But for this example, we did something super simple. Shall I go and show a little bit of the code, or should we do?
Let's maybe you show the code, and maybe I can show in the shape later how we can extend it, so I can set up.
Sounds good. Okay, great. So like I said, the code is available for everyone in the on GitHub, right? Vouchers is the branch that you can use to pull the code. And let's jump on it. I think my screen is not too bad. I think it's visible, right?
Yeah, it's readable.
Cool, awesome. So what we've done here is that if you check out the boilerplate, then on the right-hand side of the boilerplate of the UI, essentially, you got, when you click on the basket icon, you get this UI form, right? So this is a component called a side, which essentially shows the side panel. And here what I've done is that I have created a component named voucher, right? So again, we're following this pattern of creating components when we deal with code here. So just going in the code for that voucher component, the logic is straightforward, let's say. So what I'm doing is that I'm showing a button initially that you can click to add your voucher. And after that is created, or there's an input that can be shown. Essentially, I am checking or validating, let's say, that this voucher is a valid one. So this can be done in two ways. But what I'm doing is essentially querying the API for that path, for that voucher path. And as you can see here, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, just to give you an idea. Excuse me, it should be this guy. It should be this guy. I'm doing a call to the server side of the application to check out for that voucher code. So let me go and jump on that one. It's in API and it's in validate voucher. It's this guy. So what this code logic is doing is essentially it fetches the product from the catalog of Crystallize. So, and I'm logging the response here just for fun, I guess. Getting the default variant of the product, and essentially, if it's a solid and valid one, that means that if my stock is not 0, there is this product, then okay, I can return a response that saying that okay, this is a valid input. Otherwise, if there is no such thing, no such code, you get like a try again message. I didn't know what to get here, or like Mr. Board tried earlier. And it's something like the code has been already used. It's simple as that. And in the response, I include the entire product information for the voucher so that we can add it later on the basket. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. So essentially, I am doing the post request to Crystallize, essentially, getting the voucher object back. And I'm of course, setting the stage here just to show some messages. And essentially, I add to this basket, to our basket, our product. So which is the SKU of the voucher product, the path where this can be fetched, and price identifier. I kept it simple using the default one for now. But if there's a, if you have some logic with pricing variants and things like that, you can, of course, change that here and, make it tailor-made to your...
And notice there what Stavros did. He actually created a product with a negative price, and based on some logic, he's adding that to the basket and the checkout. So you're able to track the SKU in your sales reporting and everything. It's fully trackable. So this is very standard in terms of the Crystallize way, and you have all sorts of possibilities now to customize it. And maybe we can just look at the shape, or is that
yeah, sure thing. One thing that I want to add here only is that just for bookkeeping, let's say, is that what we've done, and as you probably saw earlier when Mr. Board tested, is that we have only added the logic to validate or reduce the stock on the Stripe checkout, just because that's where I just added that for simplicity. So if you're trying with any other payment method, just keep in mind that the logic lies on the Stripe checkout, essentially, which does something very simple. It fetches the order like normally, but instead of just pushing that information when the order has been processed on confirmation, it actually checks the cart and sees and tries to find if there's a gift card object there. And if this is it's actually in the basket, then it updates its stock. And that's certainly like the logic that I followed here in this example, where you don't want your gift card or your voucher to be reused more than once, right? And as you can see, I'm setting the stock to 0 so that I can later on validate that this has been already used. So that's what I wanted to just note here, that the entire code for reducing the stock is in the Stripe confirmation page. So yeah, Mr. Board, I think that's about it, a bit of an explanation. If you want to show a little bit of the shape, let me stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, I can show, because what you have done here is, I think it's useful in many cases, but you would often like to extend it with some limitations. Maybe not all products should be discounted, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I really like with this setup here is that we have some mechanisms in Crystallize to extend the shape of a gift card. And let me take 2 examples here, which I think really make sense. So we have the gift card, which is a shape with no components in this case. So it's just the basic product properties. But what if we would like to say that I would like to limit this for either a set of products or even a folder or a subtree. So this is, let's say it limitation rules, in lack of a better word, which is a relation. And I'll show how you can use that. And another example is we talk about grids as being a semantic way of organizing products in a matrix. It's not just for layout, desking a front page or things like that. It's got more use cases than that. So I'm adding a component which is a grid relation, and I'll just say limitation grid, just to have some names on it. So I've now extended the shape with 2 components, and this is on the information architecture or the rule set side. So if I go back now to my voucher, you see that I'm now able to make some limitations here. So if for example, and of course, Stavros would have to do checks on this in the front end. Now we just check if stock is correct, right? But since you have the data, you could add any type of rules there based on the editorial input I do here. So I can go to shop and say, okay, I'm having this folder, shares, and I would like to also under storage, I want the clothing hanger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the products that would be eligible for having this gift card being added to the basket, for example.
Mm-hmm. And that is exactly also, let me add here, Mr. Board, that's exactly like the reason why I decided creating a new API route on the backend of the boilerplate, so that you can actually go in and customize this logic yourself. Whereas it's a validate voucher function there that you can, of course, like go ahead and optimize it or make it fit to that logic that you're building using the Crystallize admin panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to check if you get a folder in the relation to the product, or you get products in the basket that are eligible using the folder that is related to that voucher, you just go ahead and mix and match that, hiding it from the front end. That's the idea, essentially.
And another approach here with, you can relate products from the catalog, of course, like we did now with the folder, which then could be in any product under this path would be eligible for the discount or specific products. But often you would make a marketing side of this also. So you want to market your product. So I've just created, when Stavros talked now, a very simple grid with 4 products. And I can actually, so right now, the boilerplate will not display this grid. But let's say I would like to do that. I can also create a folder just to show, Black Friday sales, whatever, like this. And here I will be able to associate a grid. And this is right now nothing to do with the discounts that Stavros has defined. But what we have is the possibility of going here and actually seeing the Black Friday sales as a part of your website. So you have a URL with the products that I've added here. And just as an example, when you typically do a sale, you would give it a URL, and that's what you promote. And notice that the URL here is the name of the folder. Sorry, not here. The folder that I created, and the folder has a relation to the Black Friday grid. Okay. And right now in the front end, marketing wise, we're just displaying the products here. Now, if I go back to my voucher, what I would be able to do here is, as an alternative to kind of using the direct relations here, I could also associate here the Black Friday grid. And now we have the association of the products that are added to this grid associated with the gift card. And that's a little bit magical, because you have something that allows you to make a campaign or a landing page. And in this case, I could add, of course, you can make it longer and add lots of products there. But if Stavros would then just modify the code a little bit in the validation and check for, okay, do you have a grid or more grids associated? Okay, let's check out there. And the product that are, or the products that are added to the cart, are they part of this grid? And then if they are, you could allow them to add the gift card there. So you can very easily build quite complex business rules that also make sense in a marketing situation, so that you could, create this Black Friday sales URL. You can add products, you can add videos and rich content, of course, and then you can again apply discounts only to these products in a very simple way. So I guess this is some of the messaging we keep repeating. It's about tailor making the shopping experience, and it's not like this is one way of doing discounts. It's if you do vouchers or percentage discount, you want to have it tailored to what makes sense for your business. And if it's a coupon code for
if it's something like customer specific also, right? So
yeah,
I want to purchase something for a friend of mine, right? So and only my friend should be able to use it, not any other person, right? Who is, I don't know, randomly testing redeem codes or something. This is where you can actually tailor make that process to do that.
And this is, you can combine this with the price variants that we have, and then you can do membership pricing, and you can do vouchers that just apply to specific use cases. But it's about being able to customize the journey, and what we call internet craftsmanship, being able to tune every part of this journey. That's what it's all about. But I guess that's the round trip in terms of the vouchers. Again, it's live on voucher.superfastshop. The code is Black Friday, one word.
Well, we need to restock it, right? Otherwise, they will not allow it.
How about that?
Yeah,
you guys can test it.
Yeah.
So just did a restock, and now it's how much? 100,000 orders can have this Black Friday voucher.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's what we had to share today. I think it's really useful to show like a few of the capabilities that maybe some of you didn't think that you can build with Crystallize. And of course, this is of course very able to be changed and tailor-made, like we said quite a few times. So yeah, check the code, download it, use it, and feel free to reach out if you need anything in the community, or by email, or by anything really. So thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll see you next week on the next really interesting subject we're gonna get out. Have a nice evening.